The Pan-Galactic Food Consortium was a marvel of engineering and efficiency. Across 1,000 star systems, vast automated fabrication plants churned out nutrient-rich synthetic food, catering to the diverse dietary needs of countless species. Agriculture, once the bedrock of civilization, had become a quaint historical footnote, a messy, unpredictable endeavor long since surpassed by the clean, scalable perfection of molecular synthesis. The dominant ethos was one of sterile efficiency. Why toil in the soil when sustenance could be manufactured with pinpoint precision? Ecosystems were seen as resource reservoirs to be mined and processed, not nurtured or sustained. Humanity, with its stubborn adherence to traditional farming practices and its almost mystical reverence for the natural world, was an outlier. Their planets, while dotted with gleaming cities, also featured vast tracts of carefully cultivated land tended by human hands. They still grew crops in soil, raised livestock, and, most bafflingly to many galactic observers, kept insects, particularly bees, for the production of something called honey. This dedication to organic food production was viewed with a mixture of curiosity and mild disdain by the more advanced species of the consortium. Ambassador Varkos of the Mechanoid Collective, during a trade negotiation regarding synthetic protein quotas, had expressed the prevailing sentiment. Your continued reliance on inefficient biological processes is illogical, Ambassador Hansen. Synthetic nutrient paste offers superior caloric density and requires significantly less resource expenditure. Ambassador Lena Hansen had smiled patiently. There's more to food than just calories, Ambassador Varkos. There's flavor, texture, and a connection to the natural world that synthetics simply can't replicate. Her words, however, had done little to sway the mechanoid's purely utilitarian viewpoint. Unbeknownst to the consortium, a silent crisis was brewing. A fast-spreading fungal blight, originating in a newly discovered nebula with unusual radiation signatures, was rapidly devastating the complex molecular structures of synthetic food production across the galaxy. The blight was insidious, adapting quickly to counter any antifungal agents deployed. Within months, entire sectors faced catastrophic food shortages. The seemingly invincible infrastructure of the Pan-Galactic Food Consortium began to crumble. Panic rippled through the consortium. Their reliance on a single, interconnected system had left them dangerously vulnerable. Their vast databases contained schematics for fabrication plants and nutrient formulas, but held little information on the lost art of large-scale organic food production. The knowledge of how to cultivate life, to nurture ecosystems, had largely been forgotten. On Earth, however, the seasons continued their familiar cycle. Fields were plowed, seeds were sown, and the hum of bees filled the air. Humanity, in its seemingly backward ways, possessed the very knowledge the galaxy now desperately needed. As the food crisis deepened, desperate pleas for assistance reached Earth. The Pan-Galactic Food Consortium, humbled and facing widespread famine, swallowed its pride and turned to the one species that had stubbornly clung to the old ways. Dr. Anya Sharma, a renowned agricultural scientist specializing in sustainable ecosystems, found herself at the center of a galactic emergency. Consortium representatives, their usual arrogance replaced by a desperate urgency, bombarded her with questions about soil composition, crop rotation, pest control, and the seemingly arcane art of beekeeping. Anya and her team of human agricultural experts were suddenly thrust onto the galactic stage. They possessed knowledge that was now more valuable than any advanced technology: the understanding of how to cultivate life on a planetary scale. The consortium's attempts to replicate human farming practices initially met with disaster. Their sterile, controlled environments were ill-suited to the complex interplay of soil microbes, beneficial insects, and natural cycles that underpinned human agriculture. Their genetically modified monoculture crops proved highly susceptible to local pathogens. The aliens struggled with the very basics, understanding soil health, the delicate balance of ecosystems, and the vital role of pollinators like bees. Their attempts at artificial pollination were clumsy and inefficient. The intricate dance between flower and bee, honed over millennia of co-evolution, was beyond their synthetic understanding. Anya emphasized the importance of biodiversity, the need for resilient ecosystems that could adapt to changing conditions. She spoke of companion planting, natural pest control methods, and the crucial role of pollinators in maintaining food security. Her lectures, filled with concepts the consortium had long dismissed as archaic, were now devoured with desperate attention. The aliens were particularly fascinated by bees. These tiny insects, diligently flitting from flower to flower, were the unsung heroes of human agriculture. Their complex social structures, their intricate communication methods, and their vital role in pollination were a revelation to species that had long favored sterile efficiency over biological complexity. Human agricultural teams were dispatched to ravaged worlds across the consortium, tasked with establishing sustainable food production systems from scratch. They brought with them seeds adapted to diverse climates, knowledge gleaned from centuries of farming experience, and, of course, bees, carefully quarantined and transported in specialized hives. The challenges were immense. Many worlds had been so thoroughly industrialized that their native ecosystems were severely damaged. The very soil was often depleted or contaminated. The aliens, accustomed to controlling every variable in their synthetic food production, struggled with the inherent unpredictability of organic farming. But the humans persevered, patiently working to restore soil health, introduce native flora, and establish the delicate balance of functioning ecosystems. They taught the aliens the rhythms of planting and harvesting, the importance of observing and understanding the natural world. The bees, initially viewed with apprehension by many species, proved to be remarkably adaptable, thriving in diverse, alien environments and diligently pollinating newly established crops. The gentle hum of their wings became a symbol of hope across the blighted worlds. Slowly, tentatively, life began to return to the famine-stricken sectors. Green shoots emerged from once barren soil. Alien farmers, guided by human expertise, learned the satisfaction of nurturing life with their own hands. They began to understand the interconnectedness of all living things, the delicate web of relationships that sustained healthy ecosystems. The consortium's reliance on a single point of failure had been their undoing. Humanity's decentralized, resilient agricultural systems, built on the wisdom of millennia and the tireless work of countless small farmers and even smaller insects, proved to be the key to their salvation. As the food crisis began to recede, the Pan-Galactic Food Consortium underwent a fundamental transformation. The sterile perfection of synthetic food production was no longer seen as the ultimate solution. The value of biodiversity, ecosystem, resilience, and the irreplaceable role of organic agriculture were now undeniable. Humanity, once the quaint outlier, became a vital partner in ensuring galactic food security. Human agricultural experts were appointed to key positions within the consortium. Human farming techniques and sustainable ecosystem management practices were adopted across the galaxy. The humble bee became an unlikely symbol of this transformation. Alien species, who had once viewed insects with indifference or even revulsion, now recognized their crucial role in pollination and ecosystem health. Beekeeping, once a uniquely human practice, began to spread across the stars. The Apiarist Guild emerged as a respected and influential organization within the consortium, composed of human beekeepers and alien enthusiasts who had come to appreciate the intricate world of bees. They shared knowledge, developed best practices for beekeeping in diverse alien environments, and even bred specialized bee species adapted to different planetary ecologies. The flavor of honey, once unknown to most galactic species, became a sought-after delicacy, a tangible reminder of the richness and complexity of the natural world. The gentle hum of alien bees could be heard in gardens and agricultural centers across the consortium, a testament to humanity's unexpected role as the galaxy's Apiarists. The galaxy had learned a profound lesson. True sustainability lay not in sterile control, but in embracing the messy, interconnected beauty of the natural world. Humanity's ancient wisdom, their deep understanding of ecosystems, and their willingness to nurture life in all its forms had saved them from a catastrophic famine. The focus of the Pan-Galactic Food Consortium shifted from purely synthetic production to a more holistic approach, integrating sustainable agriculture and ecosystem management with advanced technology. Vertical farms powered by renewable energy sprang up in urban centers, designed to mimic natural environments. Research into biodiversity and ecosystem restoration became a top priority. Humanity, in its quiet dedication to the old ways, had not only ensured its own survival, but had also guided the galaxy towards a more resilient and sustainable future. They had shown that progress did not necessitate the abandonment of nature, but rather a deeper understanding and appreciation of its intricate balance. Ambassador Lena Hansen, addressing the newly reformed Galactic Sustainability Council, spoke of humanity's long relationship with the Earth. "We are not the masters of our planet, but rather a part of its intricate web of life. Our history is filled with mistakes, times when we forgot this fundamental truth. But we have also learned the importance of stewardship, of nurturing the ecosystems that sustain us. The era of purely synthetic sustenance had ended. The galaxy had rediscovered the profound connection between life, food, and the health of the planet. And it was humanity, the Apiarists of the stars, who had shown them the way, proving that sometimes the most advanced technology is the timeless wisdom of nature, carefully cultivated and diligently preserved. The gentle hum of bees, once a familiar sound only on Earth, now echoed across the galaxy, a constant reminder of the vital role of even the smallest creatures in the grand tapestry of life. Humanity hadn't just fed the galaxy. They had taught it how to cultivate a future.